We are on. Hello, my friends. Coach Nikki. I am here in Lake Tahoe, and today I'm going to talk about spring cleaning. So, last week we talked about a spring cleanse, like a 7-day spring cleanse, and talked about all the great things that we can do for our body. And springtime is a great time just to start lightening up life, like lightening up our heavy moods, lightening up our heavy schedules, things, and just kind of assessing like what in my body, what in my world needs to be lightened up. Today, we are going to talk about 12 practical tips to clean our space, to clean our body, and to clean our mind. So each tip will go over these three areas. And I would love it if you have something that you want to share, just type it in. If you're watching this on replay, please type in replay. I always go back and see if there's any questions or if you have anything that you want to contribute that we can put in the show notes. It's always greatly appreciated. So anytime you have a question or you have something that you want to say, you can just type it in the chat. And if I miss it, I've got Deb here to help me, but I will always go back and check it out. So today, and kind of what has been like heavy on my heart and in my head is that I just have this real urge to lighten up my life. And if you know me, you know I probably hold on to things a little bit too long because I'm like, I've had this whatever since like the 90s, and I know that I'm going to use it again. And I usually do, but because we have lots of different businesses and we just hold on to things. And so when I was preparing for this talk, is like telling myself too, is just start looking around and seeing how we can lighten up. And I was talking to you guys earlier on, for anybody who logged on earlier, is it's kind of a crack up to look around my area right here and think that I'm giving the class on spring cleaning, because I think you teach what you need. So dirty little secret is my dog got really sick in the downstairs bedrooms, all of them. And so my husband was like, nope, we're not doing this, and just tore the carpet out without a plan of like, what we were going to do to put the flooring back in. So we've got Kai sleeping upstairs. We have, stuff everywhere. And it's exciting because we're going to get new flooring and we're going to put everything back in. And we're probably going to do a little paint. But when things are cluttery, we tend to feel that energy, right? When we feel that we have packs of paper in corners, that we don't have spaces organized for all of our stuff, we can tend to feel heavy. And then that heaviness could create like sluggishness in our energy and in our body. It could create actual heaviness in our body, like different weight. And so when we're going through these 12 steps, just take it and say, okay, what can I do? Or what do I need personally? Because we're all different. We all are in different stages of our lives or different stages of our seasons. And so just start jotting down things that resonate with you, maybe aha moments or little bits of inspiration to kick us off to a really awesome next season. So I'm going to go through these 12. And again, we're going to talk about space, we're going to talk about body, and we're going to talk about mind. So the first thing is start small and move big. And a lot of times for me, I'm like, and I see this a lot with my clients, when we start a new nutrition plan, when we want to lose weight, when we want to declutter our house, we start big. We're like, I'm kicking out the sugar, I'm stopping alcohol, no more whatever carbs, those white carbs for me. And we just go 100%. And I do the same thing in my house. I'm like, okay, that's it. Like I'm going from top to bottom. And then we get exhausted. And that usually stops us in our tracks. So number one is just write down really quick, and maybe you want to share it in the chat, but write down one small thing for each that we can do. So start with your space. So one small thing, it's not a small thing, but for me, like the junk drawer, and I'll tell you how I'll do it, but like the junk drawer, or even if I'm looking straight at you, I have my show notes all here to the side, and it's a big stack of paper. So I could start right there. So everybody write down just one thing small in your space. It could be your car, it could be your office, it could be your work, it could be your home. Sock drawer. I love it. That's a big one for me, Nikki. You just like hit a chord because I open up. I love when my socks are matched, but when I open it up and they're all over, I actually have unmatching socks on right now. Hi, Pam. Great to see you, babe. Glad to have you. We're talking about spring cleaning. So, one thing that we're going to do for our space. Okay, now let's move into our body. So, again, when you think about like starting like with everything, hey, I am lightening up my body. It's my exercise. I'm going to work out 7 days a week. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Let's ask ourselves how we can um, start really small. And in our body, maybe it's taking your vitamins daily. Maybe it's drinking your lemon water. It's the smallest action that you can take. So if you can just take a second and again, maybe share it. But for me is drink my lemon water every morning and sit and enjoy it. And then taking more walks after I eat because I'm doing this like blood glucose monitoring. And I've noticed that, yes, I work out with you guys every day at Kaya, but then I get stuck on my computer and I don't move that much all the way through the day. So my small thing is taking 2 to 3 minute walks just around my area, whether it's the office or at home. Yay, thanks everybody so much for sharing. Okay, so then my mind or your mind, what is something that you can do really small to help declutter your mind? If you have any ideas, throw them in there. For me, it is thinking about giving myself time to clear my mind. I'm very much like, if I have a walk, I'm listening to whatever's new on a podcast or whatever the best book is. And I'm constantly researching for the best ways to run businesses. And I tend to clutter my mind with lots of um, yeah, stop thinking of all the stuff I'm going to share with you guys real quick. Um, yeah, stop thinking about the summer heat. I like it. I want um, traction tools to relax more every day. I like that. So when I'm thinking about small things to clear my mind, is it really helps me to get up in the morning and do even 1 minute of a meditation. And I use the Insight app. It's called Insight Timer. And all I do is put the timer on, and it's like a little guitar music. And I just do a 5 minute timer. I set with my lemon water. I open up my shade so I can see outside, and I just breathe for a couple minutes. And that just gives my mind time to like settle, because I could choose like a talking meditation, but again, it's just more and more. So for me, it's just giving my mind time to settle. Okay, so that's number one, is start small and then gently move to bigger. So we talked about last week the book Atomic Habits and habit stacking. So when you start small with your lemon water and that becomes a routine, what's one more little habit that you can put on that? So I was having a hard time remembering to take my probiotics. So I taped my probiotics. I have like a little like glass kind of like pill jar or whatever, and I put my probiotics in there and I tape it to my coffee. And so I can't drink a cup of coffee until I take my probiotics. And so I won't always have my probiotics taped to my coffee, which seems so weird, but it's a way for me to know this, then that. And so when we start small, then start habit stacking on the bigger. So if you start with your sock drawer, then you can move to your dresser. Then you can move to your closet. Then, you can move. So then as we start small, move big. Okay, so number two is ask for help. And that's why I'm here with you guys, is because I need help with getting motivated to start the spring cleaning. But also ask your family or anybody who is in your house for help. Invite a girlfriend over and say, like, my best thing is you probably have a few friends that are really good at organizing, and just saying, hey, I'll buy you lunch. We'll turn on music, make some great snacks. Will you come over and help me? And so whether it's like a paid person, whether it's a friend, whether it's family, ask somebody to help you. And then think about, like, when you're clearing your space, is it's not all your responsibility. And even if it is all your responsibility, it's way more fun to organize with friends. Like, my daughter's 32 and she'll come over and I have to, like, say, hey, Coke, will you come help me clean out my closet? And she's like, careful what you ask for. And then we'll turn on music and she just whoop, rips everything out of the closet. Nope, yep, nope. And we go through it. So asking for help sometimes really clarifies what you should get rid of and what you should keep. So if we're asking for help in our space, it could be asking for help for anybody who lives in your home. It could be inviting a friend over. If we're asking for help in our body, it could be saying, hey, Pam, you want to go for a walk with me? Hey, Karen, do you want to go work out with me? Hey, Laura. So when we're thinking about our body, and maybe even, and I know that this could seem weird, but like knowing how important hugs are and knowing how important like connection is. And if you're asking a friend for help, it doesn't have to be like a verbal ask, but it can be you consciously creating friend dates to help your body, because our body thrives when we're around other people. Our body thrives when we work out with like-minded women. Our body thrives when we just have friend time. So asking your friend to be a part, and then for your mind is, if you're thinking about like, okay, how can I ask for help? A lot of times we sometimes really need somebody to talk to, and especially coming out of like a pandemic. And if you feeling like you're stuck and you're like, I'm like, I can't get out of this rut of negativity. I can't get out of this rut of whatever it is, heaviness in my body. I'm having these issues. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Therapy, counseling, a coach, um, listening to books, but asking for help. We are not meant to be in this life alone. And it's really important when we feel stuck and when we get into these spaces that you open up and really ask for help, because that's where you're going to find the answers, is being in a collective space where you can be honest. Hey, this is my struggles. And a lot of times we just need to be listened to. Not necessarily do we even need the answer. We just need to be listened to. Okay. Boy, I better start moving quickly because we have all these tips to go through, and we could talk forever on all of them. So number three is start high and move down. So in your space, sometimes it's good to like look at your spaces and think, okay, I'm going to clear the cobwebs on this wall. Then I'm going to wipe down my pictures, maybe reorganize them. Then I'm going to clear the counter space, whether it's like books or whatever, and then do the baseboards. So just starting high and moving low sometimes gives you like a linear feel of like, if you're looking at a space that needs, so if I'm looking right here at like my laundry area, I'm going to start at the top, organize the towels and the sheets. Then I'm going to come down, wipe down the washer and dryer, get the lint out, that kind of thing, and then kind of sweep the bottom. So feeling linear sometimes helps us with cleansing. Now, if you're thinking about your body, it's really important to start with your mind. So this is going to be body and mind together, is start high. So the most important thing when you want results and you want to clean and you want to lighten up is you have to think about your thoughts, and your thoughts create your life. If we are stuck in a rut of negativity, if we're stuck in self-limiting thoughts, then we're going to have a real hard time making changes, clearing the clutter, and having our bodies lighten up. So start with your mind, then think about like moving down. So your mouth, scraping your tongue every morning with like a copper tongue scraper is really good for your immune system. It really helps with like clearing, it helps your breath, of course. But that is one of a great detox. And then thinking about moving down to your body. So dry skin brushing before you shower, you actually want to brush up towards your heart. And be careful of like the sensitive areas, obviously, like your neck and stuff. But dry skin brushing is a really, really good way to detox your body and to get your skin ready for a new season. Then moving your way down, think about how you can cleanse your gut. So lemon water, apple cider vinegar, lots of veggies, and probiotics and prebiotics, just like off the top of my head. And then move your way down to, like I said, skin brushing, and then your feet. So maybe a nice pedicure. I give my own self my pedicures because I don't really, I just don't take the time to go get pedicures, but I love putting my feet in my bathtub at the end of the night. I have like a little foot scraper. I actually have like a little thing that I can put my feet on that's like vibrates my feet because our feet work so hard for us. And then just clean your little toenails and make your feet feel really good. So head to toe, start high, move low from your space, linear from your body. Okay, number 4 is take advantage of bursts of energy. So in business, I always talk about doing power hours with our owners, our managers, and our coaches. Is a power hour is do 20 minutes of focused work. So whether that's cleaning, whether that's whatever, exercising, and you can take these down to smaller increments too. But if it's a power hour, it's 20 minutes on, 5 minutes off, 20 minutes on, 5 minutes off. And then the last 20 minutes on, you get a whole 15 minutes off. So it's like 75 minutes, but we call them power hours. But these are little bursts of energy because if you just drive yourself to clean your house all day long, you're going to be exhausted. So say, set your alarm for 20 minutes, tell your Alexa, I have to say that low because Alexa will start playing music. So tell your Alexa, hey, set a timer for 20 minutes and play whatever, your favorite music, and then clean like crazy. Take 5 minutes, do something. I mean, maybe you like to scroll Instagram. Maybe you want to kick your feet up and go outside. Maybe you just want to lay down for a second. Maybe you want to snack. But whatever it is, make it something fun for you and do these 20-minute bursts of energy. So same for your body, same for your mind. Is for me, my new thing, like I told you, is taking more walks throughout the day. So I never miss my Kaya workouts. I always work out. But then from there, I can be pretty sedentary because I'm working on the computer a lot. So then I set my alarm and I make sure that after I put anything in my mouth, whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, that I go for a quick walk. It's really making me snack less because I'm like, do I really want to go walk around the block right now? But I just do little teeny bits of energy, and my dog Layla has been really grateful for it. So little teeny bits of energy. It doesn't have to be a lot. And then your mind is the same thing. Is like I was saying, for me to clear and clean my mind, I need time to decompress. I need time where I'm not listening to music. I have a quiet space, whether it's just sitting out in my backyard or going for a walk, but little bursts of clearing your mind. Okay, so that's bursts of energy. Number 5 is 3 boxes. So create 3 boxes for your space, whether it's your junk drawer, whether it's your sock drawer, whether it's your, whatever you're cleaning, is a trash, a keep, and a donate. So we know where this goes, right? Don't second guess yourself. Your intuition is right. If it needs to go in the trash, throw it in the trash. If it needs to be donated, donate it. If you love it and you want to keep it, keep it. I am not one to like throw everything away and buy new. I don't really like to buy new things. So I keep my stuff longer, but I do use it. So take these three and then look at one small space and just have very clear, even the things that you're going to keep, take all your stuff out of the junk drawer, and then the things that you're going to keep, when you put back in, then put it organized with your socks. Put them, in the like workout socks, work socks, ski socks, organizing those areas. So now, same thing with your habits. So we can look at these boxes in our body. What do you need to trash? Is it, maybe we're in the habit of drinking every night. Maybe we're in the habit of eating ice cream later in the evening. And I'm not demonizing anything. I'm just saying, like, just you decide what you want to garbage as far as like little habits that have snuck into your life. Then next, what do you want to keep and what can you habit stack? So you tell yourself, like, hey, I'm going to keep the habit of so in the winter, I'm really good at like sitting and meditating. In the summer, I'm not, because I want to get out and run as soon as possible. Because I usually work out at my Kaya class at 8:30. I like to run at 5 a.m. early. I like just to get outside. But in the winter, I don't. And so I sit and meditate. But I'm going to keep that habit and have that habit continue through the summer, even though I might be pulled to do something that seems a little more shiny and fun to me. So that's one habit I'm going to keep that I might let go. Maybe sometimes in the winter you go to sleep earlier, and you might want to keep that because the summer is harder to go to sleep early. So just watching your sleep, things like that. And then donating is, what can you do to help somebody else? And the best way for us to implement good strategies for a healthy, happy life is to teach someone else, um, or just share something that works for you. As women, we really learn a lot from one another. We talk about what we don't like. We talk about what we do like. We share on whatever, Instagram or Facebook. We're really good usually at sharing. So really just be more conscious about what you want to donate to somebody else. And maybe it's a great book. Maybe you've read a good book and you want to give a book away to somebody that can be helpful. So as our body and our mind, what are we going to keep? What are we going to trash? What are we going to donate? Okay, so number 6 is be purposeful where you place things. So you're going to utilize things more often if it makes sense where they are. So if you have like your cuddly couch blankets downstairs in a cupboard, you're probably not going to use it. But if you have it like either, nicely over a chair, or your furniture is I love that. Like your furniture is where you store things. So like you open up a little, I'm a loss for words, but a little nightstand, and it's got your little blanket under there. Same thing for your kitchen. Take everything that you want to use, maybe like your food processor, like your juicer, things like that, and put it in cupboards. It's very easy to use. And then when we're thinking about our body, is the same thing. Is, if you want to eat your veggies, you need to wash them and put them where you can see them in your refrigerator. If you want to eat your strawberries, you need to wash them and put them somewhere you're going to eat them. Otherwise, they go bad, right? So we really want to think about where we put things. So we're marketing to ourselves. So we use the things that are good for us. If you want to cut down alcohol, make it hard for you to get. Put it all the way down in your garage in like a little cupboard down there. It Instead of like having it sitting up beautiful on your counter where you're thinking about it all day. So be purposeful where we put things. And then for your mind, if you think about like, okay, I want to be purposeful in being positive, then think about creating more beautiful colors in your house. If you think about like what makes you happy, so maybe it's fresh cut flowers. have that easy to see. If it is like you have a friend that makes you really happy, put a little picture of them on your refrigerator, or a picture of somebody that you love in your refrigerator. So then you remember to call that person, and keep those things purposefully planned in your area to keep your space useful, to keep your body strong. Food is what makes your body strong, and working out, right? So put your workout clothes right where you get up in the morning and you're like, oh, there's my workout clothes, or in your car when you're driving home from work. So those, like, keep your workout clothes, keep your tennies like right by the door, even if you don't like clutter. Those tennies sit right there, and then like, ooh, those tennies need a walk-in. And so keep your stuff close. Okay, I have like just a few minutes, but I really just want to go through these. So clean your refrigerator out every week. This goes space, body, and mind. Once a week, put it on your calendar, stick it on your phone, clean your refrigerator once a week, because your food should be beautiful. And it takes just a second. And when we keep it nice and organized, again, we'll want to eat the kale. If the kale's clean, had a little massage, sitting in a bowl that's delicious, all that good stuff. So clean your refrigerator weekly. Number 8 is make a cleaning plan. We as humans do better with routine. And so for me, I do love cleaning, but quite honestly, it's probably because I don't do it all the time. That I do, like, cleaning feels so good to me because I can turn on music and I take a space and it goes from messy to clean. It's very satisfying because sometimes my work is like a lot of um, creative work that doesn't always feel done. And so when I make a plan to clean, I really have to tell myself, like, okay, on whatever, Mondays, I'm going to do laundry. On Tuesdays, I'm going to take a little time to do the bathroom. So, whatever it is, make a plan. And then, same for cleansing your body. Make a self care plan. So, maybe it's like Friday nights, you take a beautiful bath and you decompress your mind with nice music, turn on some candles. But if you don't put yourself in your plan, then you just kind of go to the bottom of the list, which is unfortunate. So, put self-care, put your body, and put your cleaning plan, your spring clean plan into your calendar. So then you see it, you get reminders on your phone, or however you access your calendar, whether it's paper or whether it's digital. Okay, 9 is don't try not to buy too much. I don't love buying stuff. I live in Lake Tahoe, so there's not a lot of things to buy. That's helpful. But just trying to buy less consumerism. And if you do buy something, when that comes into the house, try to take something out of the house. So those 3 boxes is bring something in, donate something, and then set your um, donations for like once a month. Put it on your phone. Hey, the whatever first Wednesday of every month, I'm going to go and donate. I have a bag in my closet that I can just put things in. I have a bag in my son's closet, and then once a month we just take it and go. Um, Not always, but that's that's my goal. Okay, and then number 10 is celebrate your wins. I am such a big believer in celebrating our wins. We drive ourselves hard as women. We're always like, oh yeah, I worked out, but I really didn't work out that hard, or oh, I only worked out twice this week, or oh, I ate so crappy last night, but you forgot to celebrate all the apples that you ate and the water that you drank. And so when you do something good, the micro things that you do well, take a second to celebrate it. If you take a second and sweep the stairs really quick when you are on your way to something else, I put those little, what are they called? They're like the magic cleaners. They're like those white sponges, but they're like the magic cleaners. I put one in every bathroom. So then when myself or anybody who comes like washes your hands, then I just wipe down the sink really quick and wipe down the under. So then I really don't have to clean the bathrooms every week because I do it really quick, like when I'm in there. So thinking about like that, to me, every time I wash my hands and I wipe down the sink, I'm like, woo, good job, Neen, keep it up. But all these like little things that you do should be celebrated. That's 10. Number 11, I already talked about donate once a month. And then where are we? Number 12 is just making that space for you. Is what is it that you want to clean? And then creating that schedule. Okay, I'm going to go through them really quick. Number 1, start small, go to big. Number 2, ask for help, bring friends into the equation. Number 3, start high, go low. We like linear, we typically do. Number 4, bursts of energy. Do little power hours, little 5-minute walks. 3 boxes: trash, donate or keep, mind, space, body. Be purposeful in where you put things. What you see is what you're attracted to. So look around at how you're creating your space. 7 is go through your fridge weekly. 8 is make a plan, what needs to be done, and then give yourself those huge smile faces when they're done. So a little Excel spreadsheet or a little, whatever, put it on the wall. Try not to buy too much. Celebrate all the little things, donate once a month, and then just create a weekly schedule that feels really good to you, but not overwhelming. Your house doesn't have to be perfect. Your life doesn't have to be perfect. Messes sometimes are just fine. I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate